Hello, everybody. We are back.
We're back.
I don't know what happened there.
I didn't have a laptop charger, and I didn't want to record
And
on my
Jagger's
phone.
been on vacation, so we just haven't been able to record in a hot minute. So we got a lot of catching up to do today. We got last week's IMDb movies that we're going to review, Catch Me If You Can and My Neighbor Totoro. We got last week's Shyamalan, which is Glass and Old. Did you rewatch Glass, by the way?
I didn't. Shit.
You didn't?
Yeah, I did not.
I'll
get to it. I'll rewatch it.
I'm gonna hardcore glaze it. And we got a lot of watch list. I've been watching a lot of shit. Evan's been, I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with Evan's diary, but yeah, it's gonna be a good one today. But first, we got to tell you what we got coming up. We got a lot coming up. Tuesday, it's going to be a solid episode. We got Gran Torino and Warrior. Just cool guy shit episode.
Yeah.
And cool guy / depressed guy shit episode.
Yes.
That's going to be a great one. Jagger will be returning. He will be making his return to the average film enjoyer, which is exciting. Next Friday, we are finishing up our Shyamalan director deep dive with Knock at the Cabin and Devil. It's very exciting. That episode, we will release a survey for you guys to fill out to vote for who you want to see as the next director on our director deep dives. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. And then the Tuesday after that is, I think Train Spotting is one of them.
Ooh.
Yeah,
man, I haven't seen that forever.
After that, we're going to do Fargo, the Coen brothers, and Train Spotting, which is kind of a juiced up duo. So, very excited for that. Shit, man. We got an episode coming up that's Prisoners and Inside Out.
That's another $1 million baby Klaus lineup of happiness and depression.
Yeah.
Actually, never mind. Inside Out's also depression. That's also never forget you, Bing Bong.
Yeah. But yeah, we got a lot coming up. And then the Friday after that, we don't know yet because it'll be a new director. So
hopefully some
we will see. Yeah. I feel like I should put in a write-in option on our surveys.
That's a good idea.
You know, but then I have to worry about people writing in spamming write-ins of Jeff Profit. And I don't want to do
We already did it. I mean, they can go watch it if they want to see it.
Yeah.
July 30th, Love Inside the Drug Game. I will be reviewing it. July 30th.
Oh boy. But before we get into anything today, Evan, how are you? How you been? What you been up to? How's life?
I've been okay. I burnt the fuck out of my arm. It's slowly healing.
Oh damn. That's
it's
like
almost
mine,
done.
dude.
Yeah, it's really bad. It's finally healing a bit. So, yeah. Last week, girlfriend was on vacation, so I was just at home playing video games, watching movies. Did nothing.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. And, yeah. Work was annoying. My boss is kind of annoying me, but that's okay. Just been chilling. Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm chilling, dude. Lots of MLB The Show. Lots of movie watching. Been working my way through Impractical Jokers, like
Nice.
all the seasons, you know. It's a joy. I just love that show so freaking much. Yeah, I'm tired, you know.
Yep.
But that's just part of life. My sister's in town with her 2 kids, so that's been
Nice.
fun. 4th of July happened.
Oh,
I
yeah.
worked, so it was kind of like whatever, you know. Yeah, been chilling. Let's get into movie news.
Heck yep.
We're only gonna do a couple today because we got so much on the watch list.
Yeah.
The first big thing we want to talk about, we got our first trailer for F1, the new Brad Pitt starring in. It's directed by Joseph Kosinski,
The GOAT.
the GOAT, the man with more juice than anyone ever.
Brian De Palma, then Joseph Kosinski.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
Actually, also,
Your carry rating is a bit sus, my guy.
dude, I loved Carrie. I fucking love
That's
Carrie.
crazy. Yeah, F1. We got our first trailer. It's incredible. Wow,
That
it
movie
looks
is
incredible.
Gonna be, I'm gonna sprint to the theater. Like,
Yeah,
the,
dude.
the shots of the cars look insane. I'm gonna call
Yeah.
my dad and say, book a flight, be here. We're going together because he loves Formula One.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm hyped as fuck. It looks awesome. That was my big one. Did you have any like a biggest one?
Not really. I did. When I saw Maxxine yesterday, I saw a couple trailers because I haven't been watching movie trailers really. I finally saw a trailer for Trap. Holy shit! It looks sick. The new Shyamalan movie.
Yeah, you haven't seen a trailer yet?
I didn't know that Josh Hartnett is the killer. Like I didn't know that. I thought that he was stuck in there. Dude, it looks sick.
Yeah.
That looks really cool. And then I saw a trailer for this movie called Heretic with Hugh Grant. I don't know if you've seen this trailer.
Oh yeah, I've seen that
Dude,
trailer. It looks sick.
It looks sick. I really want to see that. And then they played a new Longlegs trailer. 3 more days.
Yeah, dude, I'm so hyped. You have no idea.
It's gonna be hard to not talk about it to you.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna go see it. I promise. On one of my off days, I'm gonna take the bus to the movie theater and go see
Hell
it.
yeah.
Also, guess how hot it is here today, and I have to walk to work. It is currently, I think it's supposed to hit a high of 105.
Oof.
It's
That's
currently,
disgusting.
let's see, how hot is it right now? It's 83. It's going to be about 100 when I walk to work, and that's almost 40 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, that's crazy.
To put it in perspective for you.
It's gonna be a hot week. We have a heat warning right now, and it's gonna
Yeah.
be about 36 on Wednesday.
Oh yeah, that's in like the high 80s for us.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's not too bad. I mean,
That's
it's warm.
That's I don't leave my house weather.
Oh Jesus Christ!
I don't
Evan,
usually
you
go
would
outside
melt
after
here.
30. I know. If it's over 30, I stay home. I can't handle the heat.
Yeah. Last thing of movie news I want to talk about. We are getting a new movie called Bando Stone and the New World, and haven't watched the trailer, but I really just want to use this time to discuss because Donald Glover is starring in it. And
Okay.
yes, anything with Donald Glover. Can we talk
he's
about
great.
how talented he is? Not only has he been successful in writing comedy, but then he was like, you know what, I want to do stand-up comedy. Became successful at doing stand-up.
Is his
And then he's
stand-up
like-
good? I haven't seen it.
His stand-up is really, really good.
Oh shit.
And then he was like, you know what, I want to act in comedies. And then he became the best character on Community, a comedy show that ran 6 seasons. And then he's like, you know what, I want to make music. And then he made, I mean, his music speaks for itself. And then he's like, I want to act dramatically. And bro just can do everything.
Yeah, I need
love
to watch
him so
Atlanta.
much. Yeah,
I really need to check out Atlanta.
he wrote that show too.
Yeah. It's got my homie Lakeith Stanfield in it too. I love Lakeith
Dude,
Stanfield.
Lakeith Stanfield, one of the most underrated actors
That's my
working
guy.
today.
That's
Bro
my
is the
guy.
GOAT.
Yeah.
I love Lakeith Stanfield. Should
Yeah.
we get into watch list?
Yes. So I think we're
This
going back to
is
the first.
my favorite part of our episodes. Diary. Jagger's currently at 41 on the month. He just messaged me.
Damn. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah. All right. How many do you have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16.
Sorry, I think I have 17, so we can
Okay.
do one by one, and I'll start.
Okay. Yeah.
Started off. What's this one? Oh, dang! You need to watch this. Shout out to Remy. Remy has also had this logged, and I like me and Evan both trust him when it comes to like indie stuff. Remy is just the guy. This is my favorite Shudder original I've seen in a while, or one of my favorites. My favorite one is coming up later in watch list. It's called The Dark and the Wicked. On a secluded farm in a nondescript rural town, a man is slowly dying. His family gathers to mourn, and soon a darkness grows, marked by waking nightmares and a growing sense that something evil is taking over the family. This movie is insane. It's creepy,
I've scrolled past this.
It's atmospheric. Like, it's like that atmospheric horror where it's just trying to build this really... It's just so tense, and... Oh, man. The performances are great. Maureen Ireland, she has never had a lead role in anything, but she's good at everything she's in. The biggest thing that I recognize her from... Did you ever watch The Umbrella Academy?
I've never seen it, but I like my entire family loved it, so I like saw bits of it when it was on the background.
She was a smaller role in it.
Oh, okay.
You should watch it though. That's an excellent TV show. Oh my god! That show has easily the greatest needle drops in all of television.
I was just about to say, every time I came by, there was an insane needle drop going on.
Yeah, and it's like good songs too. Oh my god, dude, you need to watch. It's only 3 seasons, and they're like short seasons. They're like 8 episodes.
Yeah, check that out.
It's incredible. But yeah, Dark and the Wicked, highly recommend to you, Evan. You should definitely... I don't think it's on your watch list. It is now.
It is now.
Yeah, very, very good. I think you'd very much enjoy it. You want to give us your first one? Oh, and it's directed by the same guy that did the first Strangers movie and this other A24 horror movie called The Monster that's really good. So, yeah. Why did you get bumped from the stage?
I got an error.
Oh, all right. You want to do your first one?
Yeah, dude, I watched some Heat. I watched So Undercover, starring Miley Cyrus.
Which one?
Not that bad. So Undercover. It wasn't that bad. Yeah, it's not good, but it's not that bad. It was weird. It had some really weird moments. I've only got 2 mutuals who have locked this, but yeah, not very good, but not that bad. 2.5 stars. It made me laugh a couple times.
Next up for me, yes, I watched this film called Skinner. It's been sitting on my watch list for a hot minute. This movie stars Ted Raimi, Sam Raimi's brother. And it's kind of like I'm trying to figure out something to compare it to. It's a very odd like 90s slasher horror. I really enjoyed it. You should definitely check it out. Um, it's
Hmm.
very there's some good gore. It's a good story. It's engaging. It's interesting. You should definitely check it out.
Cool.
Yeah, and it's Ted Raimi. So
Oh.
yeah, your next one. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, my next one. I watched My Neighbor Totoro, and it did not really do much for me.
It's crazy.
I want to see it again in theaters because they're playing it soon, and I was like folding laundry while I was watching this. I didn't really feel much from the plot. Visually, it was really cool, and I thought the ending was kind of abrupt.
Okay.
But I'm glad I watched it. It was beautiful, and the score was so good. Is that
Mm-hmm.
what's his name? Joe Hisashi Hitat?
I think so. Let me see. Crew, compose. Yeah, yeah, it is. It's the
Yeah,
guy
score.
who's done most of the Ghibli
Yeah, I
movies.
thought the score was phenomenally. Really liked it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
nice.
watch it again though. I just might not be in the mood for it.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that more in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Um, Next, I rewatched Despicable Me, the first one, because we
Heck
got
yeah.
the fourth one coming out, and it had been a while since I had watched this masterpiece. This movie bangs. I don't. It's yes, these movies do fall off. Let me make that very clear. These movies do fall off, but this one is so damn good. It's so funny. Jason Segel as Vector is
The goat.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Uh, and yeah, this movie's excellent. There's so many great voice performances. The minions are, and I will stand by this. I've said this before, are maybe the greatest side characters ever created in an animated movie. They're just so consistently funny. Um, so, yeah, I don't know. There's not too much to expand on here. It's hilarious. You know, um, yeah, that's all I have for that.
What'd you give it?
A 4.5.
Hell yeah. Man, dude, I need to rewatch that.
Have you watched the like press junkets for that when they had Steve Carell do office lines in the Gru voice and he's like, "I ate a big red candle."
I have not seen that.
Oh, you got to look
I
that
need to
up
check that
because
out.
they do it with they did it for like Despicable Me too. So it was him and
Mm,
Kristen Wiig, and Kristen Wiig like can't keep it together.
she's so
It's really
funny.
funny. Yeah.
Um, my next watch, I've not stopped thinking about this movie since I watched it.
Mm-hmm.
It is horrifically dark, super fucking disgusting, gritty serial killer movie. It's called Red Rooms, and it's a French Canadian movie about this girl that is obsessed with a serial killer who uh, assaulted and horrifically dismembered a bunch of children.
Yeah.
And it is insane. It's fucking insane. It's so good. I highly, highly, highly recommend that everyone listening watch this. If you live in Canada, it's on Crave. Otherwise, I think you might need to sail the seven seas to find it. Um,
Got it.
it's phenomenal. I think it's insane. Really, really good. Yeah, one of my
Yeah.
favorites of the year. Um,
Hell yeah.
I think I have it number
Oh,
9
it's like
of
a this
2024.
year release.
It got festival releases last year, but the wide release this year.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, number 10 of 2024. Loved it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Next one for me. I don't know if you ever. I know you started it. I don't know if you ever finished it. But my next one is Wolf Creek. Um, did you finish this?
I didn't. I have like half an hour left, but I had to go to work. I was watching it in the morning.
Okay. Pretty cool. It's pretty fucking sick. I mean, what were you thinking? What did you? What,
I was enjoying it. It was like it felt very like I like the setting and the character.
yeah. Any horror movie set
Slasher
in
movie.
the Australian bush is gonna be a banger.
Yeah.
And did you
Yes.
know this? The director who directed this also directed Belko Experiment.
Really? Oh shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, I love the
Um,
Belko experiment.
I know we glazed that movie hardcore on this
That movie's
pod.
sick. That
The
movie's so
Belko
much fun.
Experiment, it rips, dude. Um, there's another one similar to the Belko Experiment.
Mayhem.
That,
He's talking about Mayhem.
no,
Everyone in the
I
tower, they
don't
get the
think
rage
so.
disorder.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
you were the
Mayhem.
one that
Steven
showed that
Yeun.
to me.
Dude, that movie,
Yeah.
that movie rips. That movie
And
rips.
what's her face? From Ready or Not.
Oh yeah,
Samara,
Samara
Weaving. Yeah,
Lit.
that movie is awesome.
Yep.
But yeah, this movie is crazy. It's unhinged. It's gross. Just a super solid, like serial. I don't know how to explain this. Like, what would you compare this to? Like Texas Chainsaw, that kind of horror?
Yeah, it's just like a dirty, gritty killer movie.
Yeah. Really, really enjoyed that one. 4.5.
Heck yeah.
You want to give us your next one?
My next one, shout out to Remy, who recommended me Red Rooms and also recommended me this. I watched Falcon Lake. Made me sob. Absolutely phenomenal film. Coming of age. Kid going to like a little small town in the summer. I thought it was phenomenal. Performances are great. Score was great. Love the story.
Oh, yeah.
Funny, sad. I gave it
Oh,
a
yeah.
5. I think it's incredible. I don't want to say too much about it because I think you should watch it, but
Okay.
yeah, I really loved it.
Yeah. Next up, I watched Mosquito State. This is another one I found on Shudder. Kind of a smaller film. This movie was freaking weird. This movie was weird. And I don't know if it's in a good way or not, so I gave it a 3-star. But I did not give it a heart because I don't know if I liked it or not. But
Yeah.
this movie was fucking weird. I don't
Should
know.
I
Evan.
watch it?
You might be into this. You should at least give it like a half hour. Watch the first like half hour. But yeah, it is odd.
What kind of movie is it?
Real weird. It's a horror movie. And like a drama horror. Yeah, it's odd.
I like
know.
odd. I like weird.
Yeah, I know you do. So you should watch it. Yeah, that was my next
I'm
one.
gonna put it on the watch list. Let's see what my next one was. Next up, I watched My Bloody Valentine, the original from 1981, another Canadian classic. I had fun with it. I think the second act drags a lot, but the third act is really fun, and there's some like, it's not very gory, and there's not a lot of kills, but the kills are pretty entertaining. I had a good time with it. It was looking like a 2.5, and then the third act bumped it to a 3.5 because it's pretty nuts and just it's super campy and dumb. Yeah,
Nice.
I'd recommend it. It's pretty fun.
I think I have that on my watch list.
I want to watch
recommend
the
name.
remakes.
Or I recognize the name. Next up for me, well, I watched Catch Me If You Can and My Neighbor Totoro because I was thinking we were going to record, but then we didn't. So I'm going to skip that. And next up, I gave Pocahontas a rewatch. I watched this many a times when I was a kid.
Peak.
You know, as one does. This movie rips, dude.
Yeah.
Even though it might be kind of offensive. It rips. This is one of the better Disney princess scores. Like, the songs in this, just around the river bend. And, like, God, dude, this movie is just so good. And it makes me cry sometimes. What? John Smith dies?
What?
I'm reading the plot for Pocahontas 2. When news of John Smith's death reaches America... Oh my god, that's depressing. I guess I'm never watching that.
Rip.
Yeah, for real, dude. Oh my god. That's so sad. But yeah, Pocahontas fucking rips. 4.5.
Heck yeah, it does. Yep. Next up, another 2024 release. I'm gonna go crazy with these 2024 releases.
Yeah.
I watched the new Beverly Hills Cop movie
Mm-hmm.
because I had seen that the reviews were pretty solid. And let me tell you, this movie, it's pretty solid. It made me laugh a lot. The first, 20 minutes is really funny. And Eddie Murphy, he left for a long time and came back, and, he still is doing Axel Foley so well. This movie's really funny. The action's pretty decently directed. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, let me tell you, handsome ass man in this movie. He's got a big beard, flowy hair. Oh, good looking guy in this movie.
When is he not a good looking guy?
Yeah.
The answer is never.
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 Yeah, I gave it a 3.5. I really liked it. I was
Nice.
shocked. I haven't seen 2 and 3 because I've heard they're not as good. I'll probably go watch them at some point because I just love Axel Foley as a character. I think he's hysterical.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3.5, pretty good. It's mid in the year. It's probably, let's see. I have so many 5 stars and then just a bunch of 2.5s and stuff. This is I haven't even added it yet. I'll put it somewhere. Yeah, you should check it out. It's on Netflix.
Cool. Next up for me, I got oh man, I know Evan doesn't like this one. I watched Teeth. This is this movie is...
Yeah, what's this movie about, Trey?
Well, let me read the synopsis for you. Dawn is an active member of her high school chastity club. If you don't know what that is, they are saving themselves till marriage. When she meets Toby, nature takes its course, and the pair answer the call. They suddenly learn that she is a living example of the vagina dentata myth when the encounter takes a grisly turn. If you don't know what this is, it's this myth that there was this woman who had teeth in her vagina.
Yep.
Essentially. So there's a lot of chopped off dicks in this movie. It's awesome.
Yes.
It's gory. It's really uncomfortable. And all this stuff with them being in the chastity club, it was way too relatable. You know, I was a youth group kid in high school. And I was like, yeah, this is how it is. And all the sexual tension, where they keep kissing and they're like, no, we can't. And they're like, but it feels so right. I'm like, man, I hate that this is so relatable. It's... This movie is... I thought it was a blast. It's hilarious. It's goofy. It's just... It's outrageous. I really enjoyed it. I don't think I enjoyed it, but I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah.
So
that's a
I
very
definitely
relatable thing I'll talk about later.
One. What?
I have Teeth really low. I don't think it's good, but I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah.
One sec. Not prepared. All of the sex scenes in Teeth reminded me of the one in Contracted at the end when the maggots are in her vagine.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, dude,
that one is rough.
That's a rough, dude. That's such a great. Wow, we gotta
shout out
back.
Yeah, dude. Shout out Eric, our main man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should, if you haven't listened to that episode, go listen to that. That's a great episode.
Yeah, we interviewed a director named Eric England about three of his films. really, really cool dude. Was actually like surprisingly open about some stuff that I was like, I had a few questions where I was like, he might not want to answer these, but he was surprisingly open, and he's a super cool dude.
Yeah, super cool guy. Love that. Very scary.
And
Me and
he
Trey were.
lives like a half hour away from
Yeah.
me.
True.
um,
Um,
what do you
my
got?
next watch. I'm very sad Jagger's not here because he loves this movie a lot. I watched A Brighter Summer Day, and yeah, Trey calls me. I was like, "Oh, I'm just about to watch a movie Jagger recommended me," and he's like, "Oh, we should watch party it." And I said, "It's a 4-hour Chinese film," and he's like, "Never mind."
I was
um,
just not in the mood that morning.
yeah, it's very very good. I think it's a tad too long. It feels weird saying that this would be better if it was like 3.5 hours. I think it was a smidge too long. The ending was really good, very impactful.
Hmm.
I'm glad I watched it. I'm excited to check out Yi, which is also
Yeet.
by Edward. Yeah.
It's a crazy
Yep.
title.
Yeah. Also by the same director. Yeah, Brighter Summer Day is Jagger's second favorite movie of all time.
Yeah, but he's
Um,
always putting movies as like his all-time favorite. Like, it's at least
yeah.
once a week. He's like, this is one of my all-time favorite movies.
Yeah, he gave Kinds of Kindness a 99 and said it's one of his favorite movies. Did you see that?
I mean, hey man, he's just out here to enjoy movies most
Hell
of the
yeah.
time.
Gonna have
Unless
to have a
it's
conversation with him about
peak
aggro drift
stuff.
when he gets back. Yeah, he
Yeah.
had some rough takes about Lord of the Rings this week.
God, dude, I can't. Don't even.
Yeah. Yep.
Don't even.
Yeah. Brighter Summer Day, 1991. Very good. Glad I watched it. 4.5.
Yeah. Oh shit, that means it's my turn.
Bit too long. Yeah.
Sorry, I was not prepared. I don't know why. Next up, I watched another Shudder, or no, this one I watched on Prime actually. It's called After Midnight. It's kind of a, it's the whole movie. Do you mind if I spoil this for you a little bit?
No, go.
Okay, because it's really odd. So the synopsis is dealing with a girlfriend suddenly leaving is tough enough, but for Hank, heartbreak couldn't have come at a worse time. There's also a monster trying to break through his front door every night. So you open on this movie, and this guy, he's living at home, and you're getting like flashbacks all this time of he had been with his girlfriend for like 10 years, and it seems like one of those situations where like she's like a big city girl and he's a small town guy, and she feels kind of held back, and then he just wakes up one morning and she's gone, and didn't leave a note, nothing. And every night there's something trying to bust through his door, and it's not an animal of any kind. It's like something. It's a monster,
Okay.
And no one believes him, and he feels like he's going crazy. And then his girlfriend shows back up. She's like, I was in Miami, blah 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 blah. And so a lot of this is more drama elements. And there's like this whole thing where she's like, I was like in Miami, and then I did all this stuff that that I don't get to do here, and I went to like a concert, and I had all these different foods, and I went to art museums, big city stuff, hip stuff, and and so they have this big conversation where you think they're gonna break up, and then the monster doesn't come that night. She comes back, and then the next night it's like her birthday, and they're all having dinner with her friends, and he gives this big speech where he's like, I have been holding you back, let's move, da 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 da, and then he sings her this song, and you think it's gonna end there, but then out of nowhere this alien just busts in. It's the monster, and just like starts attacking him, and it like just shifts tones, and then he like brutally kills the alien and then proposes to her. It was the weirdest ending I have ever seen. I would recommend you watch it. It's very good. The acting performances are very good. There is one guy. The actor's name is Henry Zabrowski, and he plays the main guy's best friend, and he is so fucking funny in this movie. You have to watch this movie. Even if it's just for him. He is so damn good. And he's like the idiot best friend, you know? Yeah. This movie I very much enjoyed. You should definitely check it out.
Cool.
Yeah. That's all I have to say about that one.
Did you ever watch? This is super off track. I do kind of want to watch that. I'm gonna check that out. Did you ever watch the Real Bros of Simi Valley back on like YouTube and Facebook?
Of course I have, dude. And they're coming out with a movie.
Out.
It's out? Where?
It's on Roku, which I don't know what that is. But
dude,
I was just reading some Letterboxd reviews.
Dude, back up your fucking boy. He's staring at me.
Dude, what? Oh, shit, I can't remember the kid's name, but it's like they're having the stare downs. Yo, Zay, get your boy, dog.
Dude,
but the top review just says Wade still doesn't burn. I was like,
how have you watched that and still not watched a bunch of Cody Co?
I know. I love Real Bros.
It
used to drop when we were at the gym every Friday, and we would all, like, mid-set start watching the episodes on our phones, me and my buddies. It was awesome.
Dude, you need to just start watching his YouTube videos,
Yeah.
Cody Co. He's genuinely one of the funniest people out there.
Yeah.
He might be getting canceled, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jimmy Tatro, who plays Xander. Oh my god, dude.
So
he's
funny.
always a small role in like a comedy, but he is so damn good.
Dude, have you seen American Vandal?
No.
You haven't? Oh, dude, you gotta watch it. It's a fake documentary on Netflix, and there's 2 seasons of it. And the first season has Jimmy Tatro, and the whole show is a like comedy spoof of a crime documentary where somebody spray painted dicks all over every single teacher's car in the school parking lot and pinned it on Jimmy Tatro. It is so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta watch it. It's super well made. It's like weirdly well made. My next movie, I watched Old with Trey. Skip over that. In preparation for Long Legs, I rewatched Silence of the Lambs, which I had not seen since I was like 15
Dude,
years old.
You gotta watch The Black Coat's Daughter.
Yeah, that is true. I should rewatch that.
Watch
I'll
it today.
That later. Yeah. Yeah, The Silence of the Lambs is one of the best movies of all time.
Yeah.
I think it's a perfect movie. It is insanely tense. Some of the best performances ever put to screen. It's creepy as shit. Insanely engaging. Like, the pacing is crazy. It's just so good. Oh, I loved it. Loved it so much. Like, it's fucking amazing. I cannot see somebody not liking it.
It's the perfect crime thriller.
Yeah.
Actually, no, that's not true. There's one that's more perfect than it, but it's pretty damn close.
I'm trying to think what your number one would be.
Come on, man. It's one of the greatest movies ever made. We're talking about it in a couple weeks for the IMDb.
You have Prisoners over this?
Oh, yeah, dude.
We'll see. I haven't seen Prisoners in a long time. I do love Prisoners.
Dude, Jakey G, bro. Yeah, and Hugh Jackman, and Terrence Howard, and Paul Dano.
Yeah.
What more could you ask for? Next up for me, I watched a documentary. I'm trying to watch documentaries more, you know? It's learn stuff about the world around us. It's good for you.
Sure.
This is a documentary called Cobain, Montage of Heck, about Kurt Cobain, lead singer of Nirvana. It is directed by the same guy who did the Jane Goodall documentary Jane and the Bowie documentary Moon Age Daydream. So obviously it's already going to be great. Let me start by saying that Nirvana has always been out of like the big 4 of grunge bands, has always been number 4 for me.
Same.
I like them, but they're my least favorite. You know, I like Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, and Pearl Jam. I like all of those guys better.
Yep.
But I still like Nirvana. This is an incredible documentary. You learn a lot about Kurt. Courtney Love makes an appearance. Chris Novoselic is in a lot of this. Also, shout out Chris Novoselic. Vote for him. Is the presidential vote this year? Is it in November?
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris Novoselic is running for president. Chris Novoselic, 2024. Yeah, I mean, it's really interesting. If you even like Nirvana a little bit, I would highly recommend checking this out. It's excellent. Very interesting. They're very sad. You know, he had a very sad life. It's incredible. It's incredible. Yeah, very, very good. And I've been listening to an ungodly amount of Nirvana. Just because it put me in that mood. You know? Nevermind. It's like, no matter if you like Nirvana or not, Nevermind is a perfect album.
Yeah, good album. Very good.
You want to give us your next one?
Yeah, next one. This is part of a triple feature. Little trippy feature that started with Silence of the Lambs. After that, I watched The Beekeeper again.
Holy
It fucks. The pacing is insane. The action is so funny. The third act is so off the rails that you just have to laugh at it. It's the action is very well done in my opinion. Like, it's actually pretty solid. I love it. It's a 4.5. It's so good. It's like very high in my Jason Statham ranking.
Yeah.
Protect the hive.
How many bee puns are in it?
A million. You would, like, however many you think there are, double it. It's insane. You have to watch it. It's on Prime now.
I know.
You gotta watch it. It's so
I might watch
funny.
it after we're done recording.
Yeah, it's hysterical.
Next up, I watched a Shudder release from last year that Evan, add this to your watch list. It's called The Puppet Man. This was kind of a supernatural crime thriller with some cult influences of a cult subgenre, like the cult subgenre of horror. I really enjoyed this. Paced really well. I actually liked the characters. Again, I want to make this clear because I feel like I haven't made this clear in the past. We are the average film enjoyers. I'm not a huge, I am always going to rate a film higher than most people because I'm just here to enjoy film, you know? This probably doesn't deserve a 4.5, but I loved it. I thought it was excellent.
I love that you gave it a 4.5 and your review says pretty solid. That's what we do here.
The poster is sick as fuck. Let's be honest.
That's crazy. Dude, I searched for this movie yesterday and I thought it was Puppet Spaceman and I could not find it.
No.
But I found it.
It's cool, it's interesting, it's engaging. You can't really tell what's going to happen or what's going on. There's some crazy ass kills. There's a scene, basically it's about this like demon that is like latched onto this girl and he can basically make people do things. And so it's like people killing themselves in insane ways. Like there's this guy who he makes he's like working out and he makes him put like an ungodly amount of weight on it, like on the bench. He's doing bench and he just makes him hold it until until his arms give out and he drops the weight and it like splits his face open. And
okay, I'm watching this today or tomorrow.
Dude,
I will be watching
this shit is unhinged.
It sounds sick.
And there's a nice little love story that I think works really well. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
Nice.
Yeah. 4.5.
Hell yeah. I capped off this triple feature with maybe the best foreign horror film of all time. One of my favorite foreign films of all time.
I Saw the
Jagger
Devil.
is not here, so I Saw the Devil is a perfect film. It is a
It's so damn
masterpiece
good.
in suspense. It is so over the top violent to the point where you laugh. It is the ending is god tier. It is such an insanely fitting ending for the story.
It's the perfect revenge.
Yeah, it's the perfect revenge film. Like, get out of here with anything else. This movie is flawless. It is insanely well acted. Sung Kang Ho, horrific, terrifying
Is he
person.
Is he the guy that plays the bad guy, and he also but he also plays the lead in Old Boy.
Yeah, an absolute goat. I Saw the Devil is a masterpiece. The violence is off the charts. One of the most cringe-inducing scenes involving an Achilles tendon.
Dude.
It's just gnarly.
It's not as bad as the one in Hostel.
That is true. That is true. Yeah, that's a bad one.
Yeah.
It's just insane. I saw it in theaters last year, and then one of the guys in the Real Talk Discord is trying to get more acclimated to some foreign films and also horror films.
Who?
So the man in the yellow hat with the Curious George profile picture. Ian.
Yeah.
Cool guy. And he was like, all right, bet, I'll watch it. So I watched it alongside him.
Yeah.
I couldn't find it, so I just bought it because it was $10 to buy it, and I know I'll watch it more than once. It's a 5-star. It's perfect. Also,
what did he think?
He gave it a 5. He thought it was phenomenal. He absolutely loved
dude.
it. Yeah.
Hell
he thought it was incredible, which made me very happy because it's like, it's a lot. Not everyone's gonna like that much.
South Korea again proving why they are the second best in filmmaking in the world.
Yeah, Korean films go crazy.
Yeah. Next up,
and then also really quick, Will
shit.
from the dude, I'm blanking. I feel
Shot by Shot.
Nope.
Film Scoop. Fistful of Films.
Fistful of Films. God damn it. Sorry, Alan. Will.
Dub.
Yep. Will watched it today. Or last night. He gave it a 4.5. He said it was incredible. So we got a renaissance of I Saw the Devil coming through. Makes me very happy.
Maybe I need to rewatch it.
You should. It's just perfect. Yep.
It's incredible.
5 stars. Easy 5.
Next up for me, this is the movie that coming into today I was most excited to talk about. This film is called Scare Package. I think there's 2 of them. Yeah, there's a second one. This film has 7 different directors. This is, first of all, this is a horror comedy, but it's a comedy first. You know. Chad Buckley is a horror aficionado, and he's lonely. Chad spends his days at his struggling genre video store arguing with his only regular customer, Sam. When an unsuspecting applicant shows up, Chad begins to teach him about the rules of horror and his video store at large, much to the chagrin of Sam. During Chad's onboarding process, we weave in and out of different hilarious horror shorts, each one geared at a different set of horror tropes. As this new applicant learns the ropes, he begins to suspect Chad of something sinister, but we quickly learn that he may have a secret of his own. The way I described this to Evan last night was if me, him, and Jagger made a horror movie about all these different horror tropes. It is hilarious. This is one of the funniest movies I've watched in a while. Evan, you would love this. I'm sure Jagger would love this. It's funny. This is one of the goriest movies I've watched in a while. The gore is so over. It's like Evil Dead gore. It's just so over the top and goofy. This movie's a blast. Definitely check this one out if you haven't. It's on Shudder. It's called Scare Package. It's great.
Hell yeah. It sounds really fun. I really want to watch it.
Yeah, it's great.
My next one, I was really, really excited for this movie. I saw the preview for it before Zone of Interest, and I thought it looked phenomenal. Housekeeping for Beginners. It's a 2024 release, I believe. So I'll give a quick run of the plot and then why I don't love it. I gave it a 3.5. So the plot is there's this lady who runs this house that people just kind of come in and out of. They can stay if they need, things like that. There's lots of different people living there, and her and her girlfriend live like they're the owners. And the girlfriend dies. She gets cancer and dies, and after that, the other one, like the main girl, is trying to figure out how to raise all these people. The girlfriend had a kid, and it's just like this coming of age queer. It's funny. Like the main girl and the main guy are both very gay, and they like get married just so they have like a husband or like parental for the kids. So it's like these two very gay. Yeah. It my favorite part of the movie was everything leading up to when the girlfriend dies. I thought it was phenomenal. And after that, it kind of lost me. I want to watch it again, but the first 45 minutes really solid. It's entertaining and like sad, heartfelt. Performance is a really good child performance. I'd recommend watching it. It's from the guy who made, it's a horror movie, You Won't Be Alone, with Numi oh shit, what's her name? Yeah, Numi Rapace, whatever. It came out a couple years ago, like a folk horror movie. Yeah, I liked it. I didn't love it. I was a bit let down. I had really high expectations for it.
Yeah. Next one for me. Evan, I continued my rewatch of one of the peakest horror trilogies of all time. The first 3 Paranormal Activity movies.
Yep. I saw you watching these and made me want to.
I double featured number 2 and 3. Not a good idea, by the way. I was so wired after finishing 3. These movies rip, dude. They're so scary. Yeah. This one we get to see, like, this is like before, most of this is before the events of number 1. And then you figure out that, like, the husband, like, basically transferred the demon to Katie, and then they all get fucked, you know, because Katie comes in and, like, kills all of them. Also, let me say this. Katie Featherston, hit me up. I'm single. You're smoking. Hit me up. Let me take you to dinner. I'll treat you better than Mika.
Yeah,
that's
Mika,
for sure.
An asshole. Big
dude,
idiot.
That guy is
big dumb
the
idiot.
Worst. Yep. That guy is the absolute worst. Yeah. Number 2, it rips. The scene where all the cabinets open at once it gets me every time, dude.
Yeah. They took the scene from the first movie where she gets dragged out of the bedroom, which is already a very scary scene, and they made it even scarier by her getting dragged from upstairs to the basement. It's horrific.
Yeah. And the scene where you hear her walking, like Katie walking at the end, like her footsteps.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I don't know what it is about that, but that's a very specific thing that freaks me out, is hearing footsteps in the dark getting louder and coming towards you. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about it, but there's nothing more that makes me scared than that. Hearing footsteps. It is just...
Yeah.
God, dude. Yeah, my hair is standing up right now thinking about it.
I have that thing too for horror, and my thing that really scares me is when somebody is talking very fast and staring at the camera. There's a scene in Ouija Origin of Evil. Shout out to Mike Flanagan. That movie is so insanely underrated. Flangod cooked. There's this shot of the evil kid, and she's holding her fucking sister at the top of this staircase, whispering in her ear really fast, staring at the kid. It's horrific. And also Gonjiam Haunted Asylum, terrifying scene with that. Hereditary does it too. It scares the shit. The hair standing up my arms too. Yeah, I love that. Like, I love that every person has that like really niche thing that scares them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta check that out. I gotta rewatch them.
Paranormal Activity 2, peak. 5 stars.
Nice. Respect. Yeah. I got the director's cut. I got it at Value Village. I need to watch it still.
Yeah.
And now I make it to a quad feature that I did yesterday with my girlfriend. Kicking it off with Maxxxine. We should put Maxxxine review in the title. Get some extra views. Because I'm about to talk about Maxxxine. I will keep it spoiler free. Because Trey hasn't seen it. Have you seen X and Pearl?
Yes, I have.
Do you like them?
I like them both, but I like Pearl a significant amount more.
Yeah. Maxxxine is an interesting one. I think it's aesthetically pretty cool. It has a lot of homage and inspirations from giallo films from the 70s, and also Brian De Palma inspirations. Lots of like split screen shots. Very cool. The blood is the right color for a giallo film, like that super vibrant red. Bright red. I love that. Kevin Bacon, pretty entertaining to watch. His character was fine, but he was very entertaining to watch.
He's entertaining to watch in anything.
Yeah, he's this super sleazy. Yeah, he's amazing. He plays this really skeezy private investigator. He has some great scenes. Yeah, he's pretty funny. Michelle Monaghan and Bobby Cannavale play cops that have this running bit that I can't decide if I think is funny or I hate. It's very odd. But that's kind of where my enjoyment ends. There's a montage at the start that's phenomenal. I think this is Mia Goth's worst performance. She is so insanely stoic in this movie. I know that's kind of the thing. This is kind of a slasher movie. Like, there's a serial killer going around. Maxxxine does not give a fuck about all that. So I don't really care. Because, like, they just... Everyone, the news, they're like, oh, the Night Stalker's on the loose. The Night Stalker's here. And people are dying. But, like, a lot of people, except for the cops, just don't give a shit about it. And it's very awkward. I thought that Maxxine's character... It was like how Pearl's character acts, where she just wants to be a star, but worse. Because this is a sequel to X.
Yeah.
It, like, you don't need to see Pearl to watch this. You need to see X. It's...
Did Mia Goth survive X? I can't remember.
Yeah. She plays the same character in this movie that she played in X.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of frustrating. Like, the third act is a really weird tone switch, and the climax of the film is pretty awkward. There's a really funny shot that made me laugh. I think the commentary about, like, religion and, like, horror films and porn being satanic and, like, the religious extremists being like, oh, you're gonna corrupt my kids it's fine. Like, it's pretty surface level. There's a fucking kill at the start of this movie in the first, like, half hour that made me cringe so bad. Like, give me the heebies. Disgusting. Horrific shit. There's a couple good kills. It was a disappointment, though. I know Jagger is very, very excited to see it. He loves X and Pearl. I have both of them at a 4, maybe. Pearl's probably a 4 with a heart. I really like Pearl. I gave this 1.5 stars. I could see it going up to a 2. I kind of want to see it again because I feel like I'm missing something, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a letdown, unfortunately. I thought the score was good. There's some good needle drops. Yeah, the first half hour is really good. Yeah.
Next up for me, Paranormal Activity, Trace.
The best one.
True, dude. This one is great. Again, I don't know what it is about horror, but horror always seems to have the hottest chicks. The mom in this movie, God, dude. I don't know what it is about horror movies. Maybe there's like a correlation between... I don't know. I've had this conversation with people before, you know, because I feel like horror movies have the most sex,
Yeah.
and maybe there's some correlation there, and they have the hottest people. But yeah, this one is great. It's scary. The girl who plays Little Christy is terrifying. Yeah, that's about all I have to say about that one. 5 stars.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
Evan?
The character it adds a lot to the other movies too. A lot.
It really does.
The backstory is phenomenal. The Bloody Mary scene, horrific.
Oh yeah, that's just so scary. All right, Evan, go ahead.
Yeah, my next watch got back from the movie. We were in the mood for something super cheesy. We watched A Family Affair, 2024 Netflix rom-com starring Zac Efron, Nicole Kidman, Joey King. It's like
I love
Zac Efron.
2 out of those 3 actors.
Yeah, fuck Joey King. We can say it. She's very annoying.
Yeah, especially in what was that movie we watched with the crazy twist ending?
Oh yeah, forgot about that one.
I can't even remember what it's called.
I'll pull it up. Yeah, the plot of this movie is that Zac Efron pretty much plays like Ryan Gosling. Like
Hell
he's
yeah.
this huge famous movie star, but he's kind of an asshole, so he's not like that. He is an asshole. Oh, The Lie, that was the name of it.
Yeah.
And Joey King is his assistant, and Nicole Kidman is Joey King's mom, and he treats Joey King like utter shit because he's like this cocky movie star. And he goes to visit her house one day after firing her, and he fucks Nicole Kidman, and Joey King walks in on them having sex, and then it's like Nicole Kidman and Zac Efron fall in love. It's actually pretty sweet. There's some pretty funny jokes. I didn't think it was that bad. I actually liked it. I gave it a 2.5. It's actually it's better than Maxxxine, unfortunately.
Hell yeah.
That's crazy to say. I thought it was pretty decent.
Yeah, we love Zac Efron.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, Zac Efron, hot as shit in this movie too.
Dude, isn't he in every movie though?
Yeah, exactly. Such a likable guy too. Yeah.
Yeah. Next up for me is a movie called The Witch in the Window. This one is about a dad who takes his son to this house that he's renovating, and the parents aren't on good terms, so it's the first time the kid has seen his dad in a while. And there's a witch in the house. Not like a ghost of a witch. It's like the ghost of a witch. And hijinks ensue. 3.5. It was pretty good. And the lead guy, what's his name? Alex Draper. He looks like a reincarnation of Richard Dreyfuss. Like, he looks exactly like a young Richard Dreyfuss. It's insane. But yeah, that's all I have for that one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Next up, watched some cinema. Just cool guy shit. Watched Batman meets Scooby-Doo.
Hell yeah.
Or Scooby-Doo meets Batman. It's fucking hysterical. It's so funny. It's like a TV special from the 70s, 1972, 2 episodes. It's fantastic. It's just so good.
Is it Kevin Conroy?
No.
Damn.
Unfortunately.
Batman.
I know.
Like,
it's Olan Sewell.
Okay.
I don't know who
but
that
like
is.
when I read Batman, I read it in Kevin Conroy's voice.
Yeah, same.
Um,
yeah, 5 stars. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah. Next up for me is a movie called The Comedy. This is starring Tim Heidecker. And if you're a fan of I Think You Should Leave, Nathan For You, if you're a fan of that kind of stuff, that ironic, weird kind of humor, you'd love this. I love
Jagger's
this.
sprinting to watch this.
Yeah, dude. Jagger would eat this shit up. It's hilarious. This movie's really, really, really dumb, and it's so funny. Tim Heidecker is truly the GOAT. He is so funny. Oh, yeah, I forget. He's in Us. God,
Yeah.
He's so damn good in Us.
He's
oh, my God.
hysterical in Us.
He's so funny. But yeah, this one was great.
Yeah, nice. I gotta check that out. Trey's added a lot of movies to my watch list this last week.
I have.
Um, Last but not least, last night I watched Carrie for the first time. Brian De Palma on steroids, fucking cracked movie. It is oozing with style, absolutely oozing. Maybe the best stylistic director of all time. This movie is insanely well paced. It feels like 40 minutes long. It's so satisfying. The ending is crazy. It's amazing. I gave it a 5 star. It's my second favorite Brian De Palma movie of all time. Sissy Spacek going crazy. You have this at 1 star? Oh, because the book. Yeah, well, whatever.
Yeah.
I fucking loved Carrie. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah. I had to hold back on my because like one of my first days of at my new job, I got my manager asked me about it because she's like, "Yeah, I only read Stephen King." And my manager is like me when it comes to her opinions. She's like, "I'm right, you're wrong." And she was like, and I was like, except that there's been very few good Stephen King book to movie adaptations. And I'm like, Shawshank Redemption is great, Green Mile is great, other ones are awful. And she's like, what about Carrie? And I was like, yeah, it stinks. And she's like, that movie was revolutionary when it came out. And I'm like, I'm sure it was, but that doesn't. So is Jaws, and Jaws is still great to this day.
Yeah.
And then I shut up because I didn't want to get off on the wrong foot about my film opinions, my distinguished film opinions. Yeah. Let me tell you this: there is one thing I do like about this movie. There's a great locker room scene.
Yeah, titties everywhere in this movie.
So many titties.
Yeah. The remake of Carrie, very stinky. I have seen that. Chloe Grace Moretz, not a good movie.
Is there a lot of titties in that one?
No, it's a PG-13. Like, it's
boo.
bad.
No, that's fine.
It's not a good movie. Yeah.
Next up, for me, is a Nicole Kidman mystery thriller type thing, with Colin Firth and Mark Strong.
Oh shit! What?
Shout out Mark Strong, one of the coolest guys ever.
Yep.
This was okay. It was interesting. Didn't really see the twist coming. Good performances, but it was just okay. You know, it's not paced very well, so it feels pretty long. But it's about like a woman wakes up every day remembering nothing as a result of a traumatic accident in her past. One day, new terrifying truths emerge that force her to question everyone around her. She's like has amnesia. It's kind of like a mystery thriller version of 50 First Dates.
I was just looking at your watch list because I didn't see what the name of the movie was called.
Yeah.
And I noticed that your next watch is a movie that I have been dying to watch for so fucking long. So please keep it spoiler free and tell me about how amazing it is. Because I've been wanting to watch this movie for like a year. And I just haven't had it. I'm done, so you can just rattle it off.
Oh, you're done. All right. Yeah. Well, next up, I watched Cloud Atlas. This is a sci-fi epic of major proportions. Directed by none other than the Wachowski twins, the gals who directed the Matrix movies.
Yep. And Speed Racer.
True, but I haven't seen that, so.
Dude, you love Speed Racer.
I know. It has the juice, I've heard. Tom Hanks playing about 7 different characters. Halle Berry playing about 7 different characters. Jim Broadbent, Hugo Weaving, Jim Sturgis, Ben Winshaw, James Darcy, Keith David is in this.
Oh, the goat.
Susan Sarandon, Hugh Grant, David Gyasi. I mean, it's just a stacked-ass cast. Evan, here's what I will tell you. Don't play video games while you watch this.
Yeah.
You need to give this your full attention. Because I was giving it... Also, I watched this last night. My brother forced me to watch it. and I was really tired. So, but
It's a
even
long movie.
giving
Yeah.
it my full attention, I was having a hard time following it. There's
Damn.
a because it follows 6 different storylines all at the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very good. Everybody gives good performances here. It's epic. There were some storylines I enjoyed more than others, and it definitely would have been better if it had been a short series, like a mini series. But I loved it. Yeah, it was awesome. I'd be interested to chat about it with you.
I'll
But
try and watch it this week.
boy, is it long!
Yeah, it's very long, 3 hours.
And that's not even like movies we've watched. That's not even that long.
Yeah.
Like that's up there, but it's not like we've watched longer. This one feels so long. I was like, is this ever gonna be over? A few times, but it drags in the middle a little bit, but it picks up at the end.
Nice.
And finally, last on the watch list, Martyr's Lane. This movie was poopy. Not good. I did not like it. Yeah. All right, that finishes up watch list for the day. Let's get into our reviews. We're gonna do our IMDb reviews first. Let's start with Totoro.
Yeah.
Because I think there will be some discussion here, and then we can just glaze Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah.
Totoro. Evan already kind of gave his thoughts on this. Visually, it's great. Just didn't hit emotionally for him.
Yeah.
I love this movie because it's such an easy watch. There's not too many layers to it. It's just a sweet story of a giant mythical creature hanging out with these kids, with a cat bus and some other stuff. I think it's sweet. I think the score is great. It makes me cry. It's just sweet. It's simple. It's wholesome. All stuff that I think Evan can agree with if he wasn't stuffing his face with Cheetos.
Cheesies, actually. Canadian
what the fuck
specialty. This is a Canadian
God.
specialty. They're so fucking good, dude. I gotta send you a pack. Yeah, I think my expectations were a bit weird going into this because it is a very simple movie and very sweet, and it's a kid's movie.
Yeah.
And I wasn't expecting that. So I think that maybe skewed it. That's why I want to watch it again. Because, yeah, everything you said's right.
Mm-hmm.
The score is amazing. The visuals are great. Like, when the movie started, and it's, like, the intro to, like, Bluey type stuff, and it's, like, just a straight-up kids movie, it kind of surprised me. Because I've only seen one Ghibli.
How sick would it be to hang out with Totoro?
Oh, insane. It'd be chill as hell.
Yeah, dude. Just taking naps all day.
Yeah, big vibes.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this is your first intro to Ghibli. Are you less
first intro
or
to
more
Miyazaki
Ghibli? Are you less or more excited to get more into him now?
More.
Or the same?
I think I just need to like tamper my expectations to what kind of movie it is going in.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna watch the rest of them for sure. Like I really want to watch Howl's Moving Castle. That movie looks sick.
It's peak. You should watch Princess Mononoke next. That movie is sick. Got some cool action too.
Hell yeah.
Guy gets his head chopped off with an arrow.
Damn.
Yeah, it's PG-13.
That's crazy. Hell yeah. Yeah, I think I just went in with the wrong expectations.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, it's a beautiful film. The score is great. It's got some funny moments. It's very sweet and heartfelt. Yeah,
Nice.
so I want to watch it again, yeah.
Do you think this belongs on the IMDb Top 250?
Probably just, like, as a staple of animation, yeah. I probably wouldn't have it this high, but as a staple of animation, yeah, I think it's because
Yeah.
it looks amazing and it's just such a well-made movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what about you?
I do think it. I think it's like in the perfect spot on the 250 too. I think it's like right where it needs to be. Um, yeah. Next up, Catch Me If You Can. Um, from the goat himself, Steven Spielberg. Starring Leo, Christopher Walken, Amy Adams, um, what's her face, Jennifer Garner. I forgot she was in this. Uh,
Yeah.
Being an absolute smoke show. Um, yeah, this movie was just it was crazy. Uh, this was my second watch. It's a blast. You know, any movie where you get to watch a guy just con people is so fun. It it's very similar. The vibes are very similar to that of Ocean's 11.
Yeah, for sure. It's an insanely entertaining movie. It's lighthearted and you can't like it's crazy. This is a true story.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely insane. He's still alive. You know that? Like the guy
Yeah,
that Leo played.
yeah, because
Super cool.
all this stuff he does when he's like my age.
Yeah, yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, he's younger than that at the beginning. Like it's crazy.
Yeah,
The performances are great. It's really funny. It's whimsical and silly and super over the top. The performances are insane. Leo goes
God,
crazy.
I me-
So much
I messed
charisma.
up, but didn't I? I should have concurred.
Yeah, dude, it's peak. He's a pilot, he's a doctor, he's a lawyer, he's just all this shit. The
Yeah,
dude, the scene when he goes to Amy Adams' parents' house and meets them for the first time, and his dad is or her dad is like, so there. What's the question you want to ask me? Leo's like, well, so how can you get me into law school?
yeah,
As he is getting ready to ask her to marry him, I thought that was hysterical. Tom Hanks is so good in this.
yeah.
Every time Leo had a chain, he's like, "Ah, you must have dropped this just outside. It fits perfectly." I just had a huge grin on my face. It's
Yeah,
I love the entire thing with them on the plane. Tom Hanks is like, "How the hell did you pass the bar?" And he's like, "Well, I'll tell you if you let me eat the eclair. I'll tell you if you do this." Tom Hanks is just like, "Go fuck yourself." Eats the entire thing in one bite, and at the end, it's just like, "Yeah, I studied for 2 weeks straight and passed the bar." Like, it's just such a crazy ass movie.
yeah,
Um, it's a very very satisfying ending, super
yeah.
satisfying
And
conclusion.
there's
Like it just
also some emotional beats that hit really
oh
well because it's
yeah
like him trying to mend his parents' relationship
yeah
and him having kind of a shitty dad and kind of a shitty mom.
yeah
And then at the end, Tom Hanks kind of becomes this like surrogate father figure, and which I really enjoyed. Um, and then Leo kind of becomes a surrogate son or kid,
yeah
because Tom Hanks has like a poor relationship with his daughter, and yeah, I just think he's just Steven Spielberg doing what's best. Is making a fun movie that also tugs at your heartstrings.
yeah. It just
That's
like everything works. Like everything is exactly how it should be. Like I wouldn't change anything in this movie.
mm-hmm.
The pacing is really really good. It's a pretty long movie. It's like two
Yeah,
hours 20 minutes, I think, but it goes
yeah,
by super fast. Like you just have fun. Yeah, I love it. It's one of my favorite Steven Spielbergs for sure. I like this more than
yeah.
Jaws. Hot take.
That's crazy.
I know, not as huge on Jaws.
You know what?
It's a
I
4 star.
do. I have a Steven Spielberg hot take though.
Oh yeah.
I bet you if you think about it, you could guess what it is.
Let's see. Oh yeah, his Ready Player One is just like the best movie ever made.
Yeah, the only movies I have of Spielberg's ranked above Ready Player One is Jurassic Park, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and The Last Crusade.
Hmm. We were having a huge discussion about Jurassic Park the other day. Ben kicked it off, and he said that Jurassic Park is a 3.5 out of 5.
That's crazy.
To which I
That
said,
is so crazy.
Jurassic Park is better than Jaws, and it's one of the best adventure movies of all time.
Jurassic Park is
movie.
peak.
It is. It's amazing.
Don't trust me. Don't talk to Jagger about Jurassic Park.
Does he not like it?
Let me prepare yourself, Evan. Prepare. Don't look it up. Don't look it up on Letterboxd. Look at me. Prepare yourself. Brace yourself.
I'm scared.
He has Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom higher than Jurassic Park.
That's insane.
And I went off on him on an episode where we talked about that. And my mom was like, Trey, why are you bullying Jack? I'm like, no, it's cool. It's cool. We're cool. It's part of the bit, you know?
Yeah. That's
but
crazy.
if you go back to that episode, I am like screaming, like, what the fuck? What is wrong
it's like our
with you?
Oppenheimer thing.
In what world? It's
That's
not even
crazy.
like you don't like Jurassic Park. That's fine. It's the fact that he has Jurassic World, the most recent one, not even the first one. That's actually pretty good.
Jurassic World's great.
It's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
The Indominus Rex is crazy, and the reveal at the end with the T-Rex taking it down is dope.
Yeah.
And the second one ain't bad either. It ain't great, but it ain't bad.
It's got that crazy sequence when the dinosaurs are just murking everybody.
Yeah.
That scene's crazy. I haven't seen that movie, but I've seen that scene before, and it's nuts.
But let's be honest. The most recent Jurassic World movie that was somehow like 3 hours long.
And made $1 billion. How?
I don't know how that's possible, but
Insane.
it's shit. And it is nowhere near as good as Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
I do wish I went down this rabbit hole a while ago. I do wish that there was a more loyal book adaptation of Jurassic Park, because the book is like a straight up horror.
Yeah.
And there is like a rabbit hole you can go down of there's like people made like Jurassic Park horror shorts on YouTube.
Ooh.
That are all kind of sick. So
Hell yeah. I think my Steven Spielberg hot take is that Minority Report is insanely underrated.
I've never seen it.
It is sick. It is so cool. Tom Cruise, Colin Farrell, Max von Sydow. It's just cool as shit.
We love
I don't
Max.
know if you know what it's about, but
yeah, I do.
It's just cool as shit. It has this scene that absolutely traumatized me as a kid, where it involves some removed eyeballs being carried around in a plastic bag. Scared the shit out of me as a kid. Yeah,
naturally.
Minority Report's sick.
But yeah, catch me if you can. It's great. Everybody should watch it.
Yeah, if you wanted to, it's a super easy watch. Very easy watch.
Yeah. Did Steven Spielberg do Schindler's List? He did.
Yeah.
I still need to watch that too.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
I sobbed for a solid hour when I finished, or like throughout the last half hour, 45 minutes, maybe cry hard.
Okay.
Very, very sad. Very sad movie. Ray Fiennes' insane performance.
He plays the villain, right?
Yeah. Goebbels. Horrific shit. Dude,
yeah,
when you watch it, I gotta
IMDb.
send you... There's a Family Guy parody of Schindler's List.
Oh, God.
Involving Peter doing a scene that Ray Fiennes does, and Mort Goldman. It is crazy.
Yeah.
And I always thought that scene was funny, and then I watched Schindler's List, and I was like, what the fuck? This is from Family Guy. I was like, oh my God.
That's crazy.
That's so bad, yeah.
Yeah, those are IMDb movies for the day.
Yeah. Do you want to bust out Glass?
And then we can talk old.
Yeah, because I don't have anything to say about Glass. I remember thinking it was I hadn't seen Unbreakable, so I didn't have anything to add there, but I thought its like commentary on superheroes was very weird, and I hated the ending where they like do the video thing in the train station.
Okay, because I do have thoughts on that.
Yeah,
So I have this movie at a 4.5. I love Glass. This is M. Night Shyamalan's Avengers Endgame. We got Unbreakable and we got Split. At the end of Split, they recognize that Split is they're in the same universe, right? In the same city, Philadelphia. In this movie, we get both movies coming together. We got Glass, we got the Overseer, we got the Horde. You know, we got all the fellas joining up, and they're all in this psychiatric hospital, and this lady is trying to convince them that they're like having delusions, that they're not actually super. But Glass isn't buying into it. He's like, you're full of shit. He's faking being like comatose, like he's just like this the whole movie,
yeah,
you know. But it's an act. His whole plan is to bust out the Horde and the Overseer, so they can have one final showdown. And then, yeah, this movie is sick. If you like these characters, it's awesome. Bruce Willis is great. James McAvoy continues to impress me. Anya Taylor-Joy gives a solid supporting performance for like the 3 scenes she's in. What's her face? Who plays the therapist lady? Sarah Paulson. She's great. And Sam L. Jackson, great as well. Per usual. Obviously, the writing isn't amazing, but I don't understand people's problems with this movie. I really, really enjoy it. I love it. I think the action is cool, and I love the character of David, and like his like super strength and shit. I think that shit's crazy. But let's talk about the big thing, the ending. So the ending is basically, it's revealed that Sarah Paulson actually works for this secret organization that goes around. They recognize that superheroes are part of this world. The superheroes are real. People with superpowers are real. And that she goes around and making sure that those people either don't recognize that they have superheroes or that they are killed. Because they're like, we can't have superheroes existing. It messes up the balance of natural order, all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
There is one reason I don't like this ending, and it's not because I think the twist is cool. I didn't see it coming. I think that's cool. The reason I don't like this ending is it sets it up for more movies. You know, it sets it up for more movies that exist inside this universe, which I want, but we're not going to get. No. So it's like setting up something that we're never going to get, which is why I don't like it. I like it. I like the ending, but I don't like it because it means it's like over, you know?
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Glass. I think Glass is excellent.
Where is
and
it
you
in
need
your...
to rewatch it.
I will. I might. Yeah, Beth's going to see Billy Talent tonight, but the concert's at 9:30, and I have to work tomorrow, so I can't go. So maybe I'll check it out.
Yeah. Where is it in my M. Night ranking?
Yeah.
Glass is number 5.
You have 5 over 4.5? Hell yeah. Love that. Actually, you know what? So I
have it over Signs.
Wow.
Yeah. The only ones in front of it are Split, Lady in the Water, Sixth Sense, and Unbreakable.
Nice. Currently, and I don't think this is correct, so I do need to rewatch it, because currently I have this below old, and there's no way that it's that bad.
No.
Because After Earth and Last Airbender pretty much don't exist. They're fake movies. Like, they have to be pranks.
Yeah.
They're
for real.
So the fact that this is like my lowest of the real movies, yeah, it seems off. I'll rewatch it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shall we get to the bread and butter?
Oh God.
We watch party this
after Earth and Last Airbender, this is easily his worst movie.
2021's old. Me and Trey watch partied this thinking it would be fun. It
wasn't fun. It was.
Let me tell you, the first 20 minutes where Jaren name drops himself about 55 times, very fun.
Well, his wife is having a seizure.
A grand
He's like,
mal
by the way,
seizure.
my name is Jaren.
Yeah. And even at the end, after he's dead, they're like, and we'll never forget Jaren the nurse. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, we get it, dude. Who is this for?
And he continuously says it.
Yeah, the entire movie.
Throughout
it's
the
insane.
movie. Yeah. His name is Jaren, dude.
Yeah. Shout out Midsize Sedan. Ed Knight cooked crazy hard with that name. That's insane.
That's crazy name.
That's insane. The first act, maybe first half of this movie is that so bad it's good territory.
Yeah.
And then they kill off a bunch of characters really quickly, and it gets super boring.
Yeah.
There's the cave scene near the end, which is comically bad. The girl tweaking out, like everything's just going like that. It looks pretty bad. Like the idea is creepy and the lighting is good. Like it's a well shot movie. Oscar is on crack saying that this movie is better shot than Lord of the what was it? Oh, than Dune. He said some shots in this movie look better than Dune too.
Yeah, dude, what the heck?
That's cope. That is cope. That's mega copium. It does look decent. But the second half is horrifically boring. The performances are equally bad no matter what age these kids are. Always bad. Alex Wolff, sorry bud. You're a great actor. So you're not a great actor in this.
That's the thing about this movie I was talking to Evan about. A lot of the people in this movie, outside of this movie, are excellent actors. Like, top tier.
When you told me that Vicky Creeps is the girl from Phantom Thread, I didn't
She plays a love interest in Phantom Thread. She is outstanding in Phantom Thread.
Yeah.
Gael Garcia Bernal. He's in a movie called Amores Perros. Excellent in that film. I haven't seen any of his other stuff.
He's amazing in E2 Mama Tambien.
Yeah.
Like,
Rufus Sewell. Incredible actor. Just awful in this. Alex Wolff.
He's really
as
bad
you said.
in this one, dude.
Alex Wolff is so awful in this, but he is such a good actor.
Yeah, dude, the fucking Rufus guy keeps yapping about this movie with Marlon Brando and who is the other actor?
And Jack Nicholson.
Oh shit, he's like, people are literally dying in front of him, and I get it's because he's getting old and like has dementia or whatever. But it's so you can't take this movie seriously. He's like, man, what's the name of that movie? And then he kills Midsize Sedan out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Just knifes him to death. It's crazy.
Even Thomasin McKenzie is an amazing actress, but she's so stinky in this.
She has this really weird accent in it, dude. It's like the Fortnite accent almost. It's really odd.
Yeah. This movie is just poopy. It's real poopy. There are some scenes that are so bad it's good. Like when they pull out the lady's tumor and it's like the size of a volleyball.
It's hysterical.
You're like, how is that inside of her?
Also, like, I get that she was KO'd because it was a big tumor, but there's no way she's not reacting in the slightest to that pain of them pulling her stomach apart.
Yeah.
The scene, I don't know why, but the scene of I can't remember her name, but the other girl that he has sex with, climbing the rocks and falling and dying.
It's so goofy.
I said to Trey, I was like, at least she landed on the sand.
Yeah.
Dude, this movie fucking stinks.
And the baby died from lack of attention.
That scene is so crazy, dude.
They have sex, the baby comes out, it dies.
Yeah, they also have sex like 10 minutes after they've aged.
Yeah.
They were kids, like, they were literal 6-year-old children, like, 10 minutes ago, and now they're having sex. It's so weird. And I get that M. Night's like, oh yeah, there's a line of dialogue, and it's like, man, my brain feels older too. Like, okay, we get it. You're trying to make this not creepy. It's still creepy, and it's goofy as shit, and it's just like,
Yeah.
it's one of the most unserious movies I've ever seen. Like, everything is just a joke because the performances are awful, the dialogue is shit, the premise is cool. Like, M. Night is the
Yeah.
king of cool ass premises that are sometimes sick, sometimes mid.
Yeah.
This is not one. This is not a good one.
Yeah. M.
I don't
Night,
like the ending
even
either.
M. Night, who we have seen him act well.
Yeah.
We have seen him give a good performance. He's real stinky in this.
Yeah. He's not in it very much, but he's not good for the like 2 scenes he's in. It's
Yeah.
bad. I don't like the ending either. It's like the doctor, I think Cash was talking about this. The doctor is giving this big speech to all the people, and it's like, oh, we've saved this many people and this many people, and like, you're talking to your workers who do the work. Like, they know. You're just telling us. You're like speaking to the audience right now, and it feels so weird and forced.
Yeah.
It's shit. I hate it. I genuinely hate this movie. I don't understand how people are giving this a 4-star unironically. You want to give The Happening a 4-star? Sure. It's hysterically bad. That movie is so funny.
Just give me a second.
Dude, it's amazing. It's so good. This movie is awful. It's so bad. It has I find no satisfaction in the ending. Ugh. Fuck this movie. I'm so excited for next week because Knock at the Cabin is amazing. It's really good. Not amazing, but it's really good.
It's really good.
It's Dave a lot better than this.
Continuing to prove that he is the best WWE star turned actor.
Yeah.
John Cena is a close second.
Yep.
And then Dwayne Johnson. It's like Dave Bautista, John Cena, all the way down here, Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah. This wrestling movie he's got coming out.
And then like right here, Stone Cold.
Dude, yeah, Stone Cold. Yep.
Yeah, I love Stone Cold, dude.
Yeah. There's Dwayne's got that A24 wrestling movie coming out.
I don't care.
Maybe he'll redeem himself. We'll see. Central Intelligence, I will defend. That movie is really funny.
That movie is really funny.
That's a great movie. That's a great movie.
So, Jet, tell me, are you in or are you out? I'm out. I'm definitely out. Oh, I'm sorry to tell you, but you're already in. That movie is really him. Let me say this: him and Kevin Hart together, they bring out the best in each other.
Yeah,
I don't like either of them individually, but I like them together.
I like Kevin Hart's stand-up comedy, but I don't think he's very good in his own movies.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment.
I don't can't even think of the only thing I can think of right now is Ride Along.
Oh, actually, those movies are pretty funny too. But that's mainly because of Ice Cube.
Yeah, Ice Cube's
I love Ice. Dude, 20. He's so good in 21 and 22 Jump Street.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are our movies for the day. That was a long episode. We apologize. We were kind of all over the place. But thank you for joining us. We will be back Tuesday for our reviews of Gran Torino and Warrior.
Yeah.
Cool guy / depressed guy shit.
Dad movies. Yep.
Dad movies, for sure. And we will see you next time on The Average Film Enjoyer. Wait, I gotta hit end recording.